Namaskaram. Welcome to Clyde Samvada, brought to you by the Hindu Temple of Scotland. We have Ramesh ji with us today again. And in today's episode, we were hoping to understand a bit around the concept of Vedanta. How how do we translate the concept from a philosophical realm to day-to-day practice? So Ramesh ji has quite extensively studied what is called as the Vedanta treatise. It's a book, and he was suggesting that he could summarize and give a more of a contemporary practical take from a philosophical realm to how we might employ it in day-to-day life. So we will delve into that in today's episode. Welcome, Ramesh ji, again to Clyde Samvada.
Thank you, Shiva.
So maybe we can start by thinking about what is Vedanta first.
Veda plus Anta is Vedanta. Veda means knowledge. Anta means the end, the culmination. So, culmination of knowledge is called Vedanta. That is the ultimate thing that you would like to know, experiencing the truth. Okay. Finding out the truth, exploring the truth. You end up at this place, which is Vedanta. Beyond this, then it's bliss. Okay.
And so, what would you kind of say as the basis or origins of how this sort of philosophical thought comes about?
Okay. Human being, we all know we are born out of our parents.
Mhm.
Then how was the first human being on earth created?
Mhm.
If he had parents, then he is not the first human being. His parents were the first human beings.
Yeah.
So, some supernatural power has created the first human being.
Yes.
So, we don't know how this has got created. So, there is some supernatural power. Vedanta says that, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. Brahman is the creator.
Yeah.
Not Brahma, Vishnu, Shivan, Brahma of Brahma, Vishnu, Shivan, Brahman.
Mhm.
It's the Chaitanya Rup.
But just a side thought, the Aham Brahmasmi concept sort of links more with an Advaita philosophy of Vedanta. Is that right?
Yes.
So but there would be alternates of the thinking when it comes to Vishishta Advaita and things like that,
Yeah.
right?
So there are three schools of thought.
Yeah.
Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita and Advaita.
Yes.
Dvaita says, which was Sri Madhvacharya was its proponent.
Yeah.
Dvaita, according to Dvaita philosophy, man and God are two different things. According to Vishishtadvaita, whose proponent was Sri Ramanujacharya.
Yes. We in fact had an episode talking about his history in a prior Clyde Samvada. So if you haven't watched it, plug in for that episode. Go watch that episode of Ramanujacharya. Sorry to break you. Go on.
So according, as per Vishishtadvaita, man is a part of God,
Okay.
Brahman,
Okay.
and not God.
Okay.
Advaita says, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God.
Yeah.
It is like, as I had explained in one of the previous Samvadas titled Who Am I? It rains, there are many droplets of water. Each droplet is from the same cloud, it's part of the cloud. It finally ends up via the sea, it goes back to the cloud. So, this is the concept of Brahma. I had also given another analogy that your mobile phone and a SIM card.
Yeah.
The SIM card is, all the SIM cards are from the single service provider. So, that is what Aham Brahmasmi Advaita says, whose proponent was Sri Adi Shankaracharya. Here, if you realize that you are God, you are the Shuddha Chaitanya, then everything else looks,
Mundane,
ordinary, stupid.
Okay. So, I mean, once you understand this, then you can probably call other things mundane. But how do you, in a practical sense, uh, move from the philosophical realm of getting to a sort of higher evolved being level? So how do you kind of practically practice it in a day-to-day life? I mean, like any instances, or what does your readings tell you about it?
Okay. Say the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavad Gita talks about primarily three paths towards realization.
Okay.
Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga.
Karma, Bhakti, Jnana, yes.
Karma Yoga is of actions.
Yes.
Performance of actions. Bhakti is devotion. Jnana is attainment of knowledge. What is knowledge? Knowledge is not something that you acquire. The absence of ignorance is knowledge.
Okay.
Like in a room, light is always there. If a room is dark, if you open a window or a door, light comes in automatically.
Yes.
Darkness disappears.
Yes.
So likewise, absence of ignorance is knowledge. It's not that you have to read many things to acquire knowledge. You remove your ignorance, you get knowledge. You acquire knowledge. It's not that you... How? For example, see, for every product that you buy from the market, an equipment you buy, a manual comes along with it.
Yes. How to make it work. Yeah.
How to maintain it.
Yeah.
How to make it work, how to maintain it, etc. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the manual for the human being.
Okay. That's an interesting metaphor analogy of describing Bhagavad Gita. Okay.
It tells you how you should live.
Okay.
This Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga are for people in different stages of mental consciousness. You are, you are tuned towards action, perform Karma Yoga. Then that will graduate you to Bhakti Yoga. And performance of Bhakti Yoga will graduate you to Jnana Yoga.
So it's like a three-step process. Karma, Bhakti.
Primary school, secondary school,
high school, yeah. Okay.
For example, in Karma Yoga, Lord Krishna says, Krodhat bhavati sammohaha sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha buddhinashat pranashyati. He is talking of what happens if you are angry. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha. Sammohaha, illusion. You get angry, you get illusions. Sammohat smriti vibhramaha, loss of memory. Smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha, loss of intellect. Buddhinashaha. Buddhinashat pranashyati.
Decay.
Okay. These are the effects of anger. Okay. What are the causes of anger? Go to the previous shloka. Okay. Jayato vishayam pumsaha sangatyeshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bhavishyati. You develop attachment that leads to anger.
Attachment, desire,
disappointment of what you desire gives rise to anger.
Okay.
You follow this. So if you understand what are the consequences of uh, anger, you will try to control your anger. How do you control your anger? You control your disappointments, you control your desires. So the less you desire, the less you are likely to become angry. This book, Vedanta Treatise, Swami Parthasarathi gives an interesting advice. He says, if you abuse me, if you give a gift to me, I accept that gift. It's mine.
Okay, property rights have changed. Yes. Yeah.
If I don't accept the gift that you offered me, it remains with you.
Yes.
Similarly, if you abuse me, if I accept it, I am the owner of the abuse. I get agitated. Now, if I refuse to accept your abuse, I am
You are
problem.
fine, like,
I have no problem.
Yeah.
The abuse remains with you.
Interesting.
You are the property of that abuse. You don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so it's like just like you have a property rights attached to deed transfer, you just have to think about that in everything almost. Like, okay, so as long as you don't, so it is also about attachment, right? So if your attachment, you don't stick it to you as your attachment.
The more you acquire it, the more you are attached.
Interesting. Okay.
See, I have applied this in my workplace.
Okay.
I found it successful because there you will find a lot of issues cropping up, conflicts cropping up in your
workplace.
In your workplace.
Yeah.
You have to distinguish between issues and personalities.
Yeah. Very good point. Yes.
If you discuss only issues, you will not have conflicts.
Exactly.
You will try to address the issue and not the personality behind the issue.
Yeah.
The moment you start discussing personalities, that is where interpersonal conflicts come in.
Yeah.
So you avoid interpersonal conflicts. Conflicts are not there. You are fine.
Yeah.
You are okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. I think that's a very, very practical way, right? I think everyone can adopt it. I mean, like, once you kind of in the mental frame be able to distinguish between process and the person, I think that's a good switch, practical way of how we might adopt Vedanta in practical life. I mean, so any other similar practical action points which you have done in your workplace? Maybe with anger. I think the anger sloka that you mentioned, it was again probably a insight which I kind of picked up from there was think twice, or just kind of understand at the back of the mind as to why the anger is happening. If you kind of have that in your workplace as well, there's probably a direct implication on us not getting angry potentially.
As I said earlier, the Atma inside you and me are from the same source. There is no difference between the Atma in you and Atma in me. We are from the same raindrop from the same cloud.
Okay.
Right? If you start thinking, you are an Atma, I am also an Atma, from the same source, there is no distinction between us.
Yeah.
The problems come when you find you and I are different.
Yeah. I think in a time when the world is going through all these conflicts, I think that is a very powerful message to go out. If we start doing that, then boundaries of different nature sort of begin to melt by themselves, I suppose.
You are, you are you and I, there is no difference between the two of us. If we think that way, we don't have issues.
Absolutely.
Because you are a Chaitanya, I am another Chaitanya. It's just purity. Purity of consciousness. Sat Chit Ananda. When we say Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi.
You are also
You are that.
Yeah.
I am Brahma, you are that.
Yes.
Then if we appreciate the two, if we match the two, you automatically get matched. If we understand that these two match, there is no issue. The entrance to the Sabrimala temple is it's written Tattvamasi. So many people throng that. And Sabrimala devotees, when they are when they wear the mala and they are during that Vrata period, they call everybody else Swami.
In fact, we for the last Sabrimala season, in one of the initial episodes of Clyde Samvada, we had somebody who has gone to Sabrimala 18 times. And in fact, we kind of talked about all these concepts, and he was talking about how everyone's called Swami, and then in the head you kind of carry the Irumudikatta, and in the Irumudikatta, you kind of have one of the coconut filled with ghee, and you kind of offer that, and it's sort of like offering you to the God because you and God are same once you reach there. I mean, so those are like really, really powerful messages of how in a practical thing. Yeah.
That is the Sabrimala is so popular because of this oneness. You don't find any distinction. Everybody is a Swami.
Yeah.
You are a Swami. I call you Swami, you call me Swami.
Yeah.
That is the essence of Vedanta. Somehow it has without any conscious effort. It has spread. The message has spread. If we understand that, if we assume that we are in that state of mind throughout 365 days, there is no issue. All 365 days, you are a Swami, I am a Swami. I will not abuse you, you will not abuse me. Conflicts are less. So if you think that everybody is so if I see somebody physically suffering, I try to help that person because I find, he is a fellow Swami.
If you just not 41 days, apply the 41 days rather to 365 days,
365 days.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So it's Aham Brahmasmi and Tattvamasi, both are same.
Super. Any closing thoughts, reflections from the book that you want to share with us?
There is also one more thing. Say, your man has got 4 personalities: physical personality, emotional personality, intellectual personality, and spiritual personality.
Emotional, intellectual,
physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual.
Okay.
Right? You have a physique, body, mind, intellect, brain, and then the Atma. Right? Like, when you, as said earlier, there are 3 stages of in sleep.
Yes. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti.
Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Awake. When you are awake or you dream. Sushupti, deep sleep.
Yes.
When you dream something, you assume that is true. Then you realize that it is a dream. So when you are in a dream, you take a certain role, which you assume to be true. Your physical body is not true then. According to you. Then when you wake up, you realize, that was a dream. Now, you realize that something was a dream only after you wake up. Right. Now, what about deep sleep? In deep sleep, you neither dream nor you are conscious of this body.
Mhm.
This body is not there according to you. The dream is not there. So the dream is also a dream. This world is also a dream.
Fair point. Yes.
So that is Sushupti. There is a, you are alive. What is alive? Only the Atman. Nothing is visible. You can see nothing, you can hear nothing. You can talk nothing.
Yeah.
You can think nothing.
Yeah.
So that is, the Atman is there. So for the Atman, the dream is a dream. This world is also a dream. He realizes that this world is a dream after he leaves this world.
Yes. Yeah. And what is the link between this and the 4 personality types that you mentioned?
That is body.
That's physical personality.
Each one is one stage above the other, previous one.
Okay.
Emotional is better than physical.
Okay.
Intellectual is better than
Emotional.
Spiritual is better than intellectual.
Got you.
Body, mind, intellect. These body, mind, and intellect are features of the human body.
Yes.
It is only the Atman which is Nitya. These are Anitya.
Nitya as in stays for all periods of time. Anitya is transient. Yeah.
Right. So if you realize this, then there are no differences.
Yeah.
There are no, you have, see, the world is made of minerals, plants, animals, and human beings.
Yes.
You will treat all of them equally.
Even the non-living as in minerals. Okay. Oh, so then you will not exploit it in deeper ways. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think like to a large extent, I've been doing some projects with indigenous communities, and there you kind of see this in action, because it's the modern man which has to an extent went and in a sense overexploited minerals or natural resources. But some of these indigenous communities, they are like historically following indigenous knowledge and practices, and for them conservation and using it in ways where they do reforestation or ensure it's used only in proportional ways is just part of life. So they are probably more Vedantic than we are. In
any natural calamity, have you heard of Adivasis being affected?
Adivasis are the indigenous communities. Yeah.
Tribals. Yeah. Because they live in sync with nature. They build their houses out of the materials that are available there.
Around there, yeah.
They don't bring artificial materials. Right?
Yeah.
They live in places which are without disturbing nature. Because nature is their source of livelihood. Nature is their livelihood, nature is their source of livelihood. So, but it is the people who are from outside come there, they exploit the natural resources there. Then you do constructions, right? You scrape through mountains and do constructions.
That's when you have landslides.
You will have a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you have recently, recently you find elephants walking into human settlements.
Yes.
When wild pigs walking, coming into your. Why? You have gone and
yeah, it's not your problem. It's we went to
his land. No, he is walking in his path.
Yeah.
You go and live in his path, then he will say he is walking into your land. You have to love animals. You have to love plants. You have to love the natural resources.
I think like that's the powerful overarching message for me from this conversation is, one, the interpersonal conflict part, where if you start looking at others also as you, then it kind of resolves those problems and kind of being in the Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi mode all through the day. But it's also the interesting natural element to it. It's not just Vedanta from a personality, person standpoint. It's also Vedanta from the nature, animals, all of those standpoints. I think that's a really interesting takeaway for me from this conversation. So thank you so much for sharing the insights from Vedanta treatise and linking it to a contemporary thought. Thank you so much, Ramesh.
Welcome. Welcome.